All right, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Appreciate you stopping by, taking a listen. I appreciate those that reached out on Facebook and did participate in my poll, asking what kind of cases do you want to hear about? Do you want to hear about the gruesome ones? Do you want to hear about the funny ones? And there was definitely a big push for the funny ones. So this is definitely one of the funnier cases in my career. We had a young guy that came in to see us. I think he was around 20 years old. Again, I can't give all the details. And it was like pretty much Thanksgiving. And so I go in to examine this patient and I'm like, okay, what brought you in to see us in the emergency room today? And he's like, you know, one thing led to another and I had a Sharpie marker up my ass. You know how it goes. And I was like, well, actually, sir, I don't. So he, you know, obviously was very embarrassed by this. He was in the emergency room. So when something like this happens, we do x-rays to look for obviously foreign bodies, but also perforation, things like that. People don't realize when you do something like this, if there's an injury or a perforation, it's a big deal. It's a surgical nightmare. It's a problem. A lot of times you can end up with a colostomy bag. It is definitely not something that we like to mess around with too much in the ER. So of course we get an x-ray, have a good photo to add to the interesting cases for the residents to look at and the medical students. Ultimately what we do in the emergency room is we do try to get it out, but we're not going to get up all in there and get crazy, because if we cause the injury, then it's a bigger problem, not just for the patient, but also for us medical legally as well. So for this particular patient, for whatever reason, we didn't have any surgeons on call this day. I'm not really sure why, but it was a holiday. I'm not sure why we didn't have a surgeon. And so I had to call and transfer this patient to a larger center and a larger hospital. And I could tell this ER physician was not having a good day when I talked to her on the phone. And she was pretty frazzled for whatever was going on in her emergency department. And so I told her, I said, hey, you got a 20-year-old guy here that has a Sharpie marker up his rear end. And we don't have a surgeon on call, so I'm gonna have to ship him to you so that a surgeon can take a look at this guy and get him treated and get that out. And she goes, well, what the hell did he do that for? And I said, without skipping a beat, I was like, well, everybody celebrates the holidays differently. And she just started cracking up, and I think it really helped make her day because she just started laughing, and you could tell she was not having a good day, but at least I was able to make her laugh. So it turns out they had to put him to sleep so that they could have everything in a controlled environment, and the patient completely relaxed. They were able to get it out. The one thing that always struck me was weird about this case is that when he inserted the Sharpie marker with the cap on, he went cap end first. I'm no resident expert on shoving things up my rectum. However, I would think if you did it, you would probably go smooth end first with the cap sticking out. I don't know, maybe then you could take the cap off and you could actually write something with your butt. So anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys. More funny stories. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Let me know if you've done this before. Just kidding, don't put that in there. I'll be kicked off and banned social media. All right, cheers, guys. Have a great day.